Hey, bro, I need you to get back in that mode again. That mode where nothing can take you off your pivot, you just putting in that work every single day. See, that version of you is different. You gotta tap back into it. Don't be out here playing with your potential because you one of them ones, bro. You special. And you weren't meant to be a person that could have been the one. You are the one. So I need you to get back moving like it before it's too late.
If you have big goals, they motivate you, they stimulate you, they excite you, they enthuse you. If you have no goals at all, you just go around in circles. What we have found is that goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. You have big goals, and the more you work on the goals and the more you feel yourself progressing toward them, the better you feel, the more positive you feel, the more momentum you develop, and the more you feel yourself to be unstoppable.
Oh, I always say marathon is life, and life is marathon. In life, there is a lot of challenges. We can't laugh every day because we get challenges, but we move on because every day we need to press on, press on, press on, press on.
You say you want change, but change doesn't come from wanting. Everyone has plans, ideas, but few actually do. There will never be a better condition than just getting started. So do you want to be a dreamer or an achiever? The power is in doing, and the ones who do are the ones who change everything.
See, the one thing I want you to promise me is that no matter how long it takes, keep going. No matter how much it hurts, keep going. See, you was placed on this earth for a reason. You weren't meant to be average. You were meant to excel. You gotta understand, this grind is meant to make you who you're supposed to be, a dog. A little grind ain't never hurt nobody. Stop being soft. Let's embrace it. If you go through that fire, you're gonna come out real cold.
One good day where you eat clean, you drink a lot of water, and you, like you did. You got that day, you woke up, you put your shoes on, you went for a run, you worked out your driveway, you got a good day in. That's sometimes all you need to do and decide, this is what I do from now on. I have good days. Tomorrow's gonna be another good day, and then I'm gonna force myself into another good day. And the next thing you know, I've got some momentum.
At the end of every day, you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, did I get better today? If the answer is yes, and you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, how much better are you gonna be?
If nothing changes, nothing changes. And yet, somehow we expect things to change. We expect things to change. You think you're gonna get in better shape. You think the world is going to get better without you doing anything. But it isn't.
So what you waiting on? What? Do you dream, Elliot? You scraping so hard like you ain't never asked yourself this before. I said, do you want to be here right now?
Along the way, you're gonna need to do things you don't wanna do, or might not think you can do. It's okay to be scared.
That you are now at war within your own mind and body. You are going through a metamorphosis, my nephew. It will not be a pleasant experience. But when you come out of it, you will be the beautiful prince you were always meant to be.
You're going to see this video right before you enter a winning stage in your life. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that you've been in a rut. You've been off. Things have been feeling maybe out of alignment for you for some time. But that's going to change very, very soon. You know, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And I believe that you have a purpose that you are destined to fulfill in this world. But in order to get there, in order to fulfill that purpose, you must go through a process. You must travel along this long and beautifully treacherous journey. With that comes a lot of hardship, a lot of adversity, a lot of discomfort, whether we like it or not. It's just part of the process. But I want you to know that although things may not have been going your way recently, you've been in this rut, you've been hitting dead end after dead end, repeat failure after repeat failure. The reason that you are going through this is because you are destined for something great.
You know, extraordinary things only happen to extraordinary people. Maybe it's a sign that you've got an extraordinary destiny. Something greater than you could have imagined.
Please stop making it so easy to be extraordinary. This world is so lost that all you have to do is be an honest person and keep some promises, and people think you're a superhero. I mean, if you open your eyes, the lessons are right in front of you. Listen to what makes old people regretful and ask yourself why you're doing the same exact things. Copy the people you look up to, and it freaking works. My God, all people ever want is some free pass. Well, the blueprint of other people's successes and failures is the closest thing you're ever gonna get.
And if one is passionate and committed in the noble pursuit of excellence within their chosen field, be that the arts, technology, science, humanitarianism, conservationism, then I would say one has a moral obligation and an ethical duty to be of service and to always strive to be part of the solution, not the problem. After all, it's a world that our children would inherit. That's worth being a part of. That speaks to me. Passion, action, noble intention creates progress.
Do you think that everyone has purpose?
The way I look at it is, you, Theo, were born with a DNA that will never be replicated in the past or in the future. It's a unique marker of you, right? So genetically, there is something different about you. Weird, odd, great, whatever you want to put it, okay? And it's like something that's planted at your birth. It's what makes you different from everybody else. It's like a seed at your birth. If you cultivate that seed, if you cultivate your uniqueness, it gives you a purpose in life. It's why you are unique. It's what makes you you. It's your energy, it's your character, it's your awareness, it's your sense of humor. It's what draws you to certain things, what you hate about certain things. It's you. If you listen to that, it's like a voice inside of your head. Listen to that voice clearly. It directs you, it gives you a purpose.
What is your why? Why did you even get out of the bed this morning? Why did you eat what you ate? Why did you wear what you wore? We are here to connect. Life is about people. Love, time, death. Now, these three abstractions connect every single human being on earth. Everything that we covet, everything that we fear not having, everything that we ultimately end up buying is because at the end of the day, we long for love, we wish we had more time, and we fear death. Love, time, death.
Natural to doubt yourself, but if you can push through that and do what needs to be done, you'll do just fine.
Reminder that if you want to be exceptional, you're going to be different from everyone else. That's what makes you exceptional. You can't fit in and also be exceptional. Both have discomfort. When you fit in, you have internal conflict because you're not being 100% you. When you're exceptional, you have external conflict because everyone sees you as different. Pick one. When your friends start to say, "You've changed," remember, it's because they don't know how to say, "You've grown."
If you were anything like me, you have to feel the pressure. You have to be challenged. You have to be put into uncomfortable scenarios because it wakes something up within you, something that craves life. That part of you that lies deep down will live again. It will live again. And it is when you are reconnected with this part of you that you realize that you can really do anything. No matter how hard it gets or whatever challenge you face, there's nothing that could ever stop you. As long as you are connected with this energy and you remain focused in your pursuit of legacy and fulfillment, there's nothing you cannot do. It doesn't get any simpler than that.
How many promises have you broken to yourself this week? Take a second and really think about that. Maybe it was the alarm you snoozed this morning. Maybe it was the workout you skipped yesterday. Now, here's the real question. How do those broken promises make you feel? You see, every time you tell yourself you'll do something and then you don't, a small part of you loses faith in yourself. And the scary part? You probably don't even notice. It's about the tiny defeats that stack up one after another. You think you're just skipping the gym? But what you're really skipping is the opportunity to prove to yourself that you're capable. You think you're just snoozing your alarm, but what you're really doing is training yourself to break your own word. These defeats, they don't happen all at once. They creep in slowly, infiltrating your mind, making you feel weaker, making you doubt yourself. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be this way. What if I told you there's one decision you can make today that will change everything? What if I told you that keeping the promises you make to yourself could unlock a level of mental strength you didn't even know you had? This video is not about motivation. It's not about hyping you up or telling you to just do it. This is about building discipline. Because discipline isn't about punishment, it's about freedom. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt truly proud of yourself? I'm not talking about the big moments like landing a job or finishing a degree. I'm talking about those quiet moments, the ones no one else sees, where you showed up for yourself, when it would have been easier not to. For most of us, those moments are rare. Why? Because we're losing the small battles every single day. And every time you break your own word, you're telling yourself, my promises don't matter. I don't matter. You might not realize it, but this is what's slowly draining your mental strength. It's why you feel unmotivated. It's why you feel stuck. It's why you feel like you're not enough. I've been there. I know how it feels. Let's talk about motivation for a second. Everyone's obsessed with it. I just need to find the motivation, they say. But let me tell you something. Motivation is a liar. It's unreliable. It's fleeting. And if you're waiting to feel motivated, you'll be waiting forever. Discipline, though, discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline says, get it done anyway. Here's the truth. Discipline will take you places that motivation never could. When you build discipline, you don't need to rely on some magical burst of energy to get things done. You just do them. And every time you follow through, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. Imagine this, waking up every day and knowing you can trust yourself completely. Knowing that when you say you'll do something, it'll get done. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up day after day and proving to yourself that you're stronger than your excuses. Let me share a story. There was a guy, ordinary like you and me. He wasn't the strongest or the smartest, but he was disciplined. Every morning he woke up at the same time, he trained at the same time, he ate the same meals. People called him boring, even obsessive. But you know what? He won. Not because he was special, but because he refused to lose to himself. That's what discipline does. It makes you unstoppable. Now you might be thinking, okay, I get it. Discipline is important. But where do I start? Start small. Start today. Step 1. Set one non-negotiable goal. Just one. Maybe it's waking up at 6 a.m. Maybe it's drinking a gallon of water. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you commit to it, no matter what. Step 2. Eliminate decision fatigue. Don't give yourself options. If you've decided to train at 7 a.m., there's no debate. You're not asking yourself if you feel like it. You're just doing it. Step 3. Track your wins. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, write it down. Watch the list grow. Those little victories. They add up. But let me be real with you. You're going to mess up. You're going to miss workouts, hit snooze, and break promises. And that's okay. Failing doesn't mean you're a failure. Quitting does. The key is to get back up. To refuse to let one bad day turn into a bad week. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, the easier it becomes to win those battles. At the end of the day, discipline isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about freedom. When you're disciplined, you're free from the guilt and regret that comes from breaking promises. You're free from the endless cycle of excuses and restarts. You're free to live the life you've always wanted. Start small, but start today. Win your next battle, and then the one after that. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're proving to yourself that you're capable, that you're strong, that you're enough. You've got this. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's build discipline together.
Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career.
You're not going to score on every shot. Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to hit the goal.
Ever tried? Ever failed?
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
And I will succeed.
And then you're gonna win.
26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed.
If you wanna give up, you can give up. This is your choice.
I've failed over and over and over again in my life.
Now, the only place to go from failure,
And that is why I succeed,
is to win.
You can't go back. Once you started this damn journey, you can only go forward.
Try again. Fail again. Fail better.
What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be?
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
My brain, it cannot process failure. You're a failure? That's almost worse than death.
The number one reason why people underachieve and fail in life is because the fear of failure holds them back from ever trying. And the reason why people fear failure is they don't understand failure. They don't understand this critical point. If you can understand this point, it can turn your whole attitude around. It's simply this.
Failure is 100% necessary for greatness. To achieve greatness, to have that success, you've got to fail as many times as possible.
Remember, you can't move forward without having failures. It's just impossible.
The truth is, whatever game you play in life, sometimes you're going to lose a point, a match, a season, a job. It's a roller coaster with many ups and downs, and it's natural when you're down to doubt yourself.
People should know that you never will be able to go through life without failures. Failures make us learn. Failures make you stronger. Pain makes you stronger.
You got to decide, wait. Even if things don't work out, even if I experience defeat or failure, that does not make me a failure. It's a difference between failing and being a failure. If things don't work out, if you don't produce the results you want, that's all. But don't confuse who you are with the results that you produce.
My first 9 businesses didn't really amount to anything.
9.
As in, the first one, I spent time on it.
F***ing failed. Second one, this one will be different. F***ing failed.
And then the third one, this one, failed.
And then 6 more after that.
And it's painful as shit because the whole time everyone is telling you, I told you so.
And they're right. Today.
But not forever.
Failure is an indispensable part of success. Failure is essential to success. And if you avoid failing, you cannot succeed.
It's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done it better. The credit belongs to the person who's actually in the arena.
The person we really admire isn't only the person who wins, and it's because we're looking for something deeper.
Whose face is marred with blood and sweat and dust. Who, at the best, in the end, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails daring greatly.
We're looking for the manifestation of character that allows you to win across the set of possible games.
No one has ever achieved anything if they haven't faced failures, if they haven't had disappointments. To achieve anything in life, you have to be prepared to take on the odds.
The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all.
And then once you recognize that part of that monster or all that monster is you, that's when you can actually start fulfilling your dreams and living the life that you're meant to live.
All of us, nobody's perfect. We failed too many times. We have so many uncertainty in our life that we have to be capable when we are down to stand up. It's part of the journey, it's part of the process, it's part of our education. In my case, I learned the most when I'm down.
You might never fail on the scale I did, but some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default.
You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is.
It's like faced adversity. The true greats can conquer adversity, and that's what I said to myself every day in that camp. The true greats come through adversity.
The moment of failure and the atmosphere and the finality of it all and the audience, and I felt demoralized.
I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as attempts at what I'm trying to accomplish. So what that means is this: you are just as tough as all the other people that have endured what you are enduring right now. So always stay in the fight.
To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
You stop being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Wake up. We have a moral burden to bear, and that's the adventure of our life.
So, you got two choices. One, you get scared, you give up, and then you burn up. And the second one,
Or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed.
And you have not failed. What you've done is you've learned. And you're still alive. So get up and go get after it.
Now is the only time that action can occur. The present moment is the only time in which we can do anything. So if not now, when? If I want to do something, now is the perfect time to do it because it's literally the only time anything can be done. Poised for action in the present moment. This is the moment that you've been waiting for. Your whole life has actually conspired to bring you to this exact point. Now is the time to act.
You're paying a price by sitting there being miserable. You might say, well, the devil I know is better than the one I don't. It's like, don't be so sure of that. The clock is ticking. And if you're miserable in your job now and you change nothing, in 5 years, you'll be much more miserable and you'll be a lot older.
The next 3 months and donate that time to your future self. Commit to something that you're going to thank yourself for doing a year from today. Just accept the fact right now that the next 90 days of your life do not belong to the current version of yourself. It belongs to the future version of yourself. Because all it takes is 3 months of consistent action to set yourself up for a successful year. This time next year, you don't want to look back and say to yourself, damn, I wish I spent my time doing this. So how are you going to spend the next 3 months? Are you going to set yourself up for success, or is it just going to be another year?
You have it in you if you choose to keep going. Because if you have that energy today, then why can't you have it tomorrow? And why can't you have it the next day? And why can't you have it the day after that? One foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. Just like for you on your journey in life, that's sometimes what it feels like. You feel like you have nothing left in the tank, but sometimes you just connect to something, and that something causes you to take just one more step.
Because every day is a battle. Every day is a battle because your mind wants to choose the path of least resistance. Every day. But you don't become better by ever doing that. You become normal. Then I don't want to be normal.
Everything in your life right now, everything you have, everything you do not have right now, are all results of your past actions. And that's hard to accept for a lot of us. But until you accept that, you will not be able to move forward. And when you do accept that, you take ownership and control over your life. Short-term pleasure equals long-term pain. And short-term pain equals long-term pleasure. Everything you're looking for is on the other side of short-term suffering. And everything you don't want is on the other side of avoiding that suffering.
It's many sprints inside a marathon of life with a winning line. Finish line is constantly changing. It's constantly moving. It's constantly evolving.
Sadness comes from a perceived lack of options. It's why it feels like hopelessness. You don't know what to do. Anxiety comes from many options, but no priorities. And you solve that by making a decision. And you solve sadness by figuring out what to do, which means that it's something that you can solve through knowledge.
So there's only 2 things that control the quality of your life. Please jot them down. For the rest of your life, you want to remember. The quality of my life is controlled by two things: meaning and emotion. Meaning and emotion. The meaning you give to things controls the emotion that you feel.
Develop a sense of urgency. Get the reputation as the person who does things fast. Develop a reputation for speed and dependability, and your future will just open up in front of you. We're working fast, that sense of urgency. Act now, do it now, do it now, do it now. Most people just sort of shuffle through life. You know, they get to it when they feel like it. But all the excellent people, all the high performers have a sense of urgency.
Things never feel like they're changing in the moment. Day by day, minute by minute, it's easy to feel like you're making no progress. So you get frustrated and feel like you're not doing enough. But the reality is, everything is compounding. The day things feel different doesn't happen overnight. The miles you have to overcome aren't conquered in one step, so just keep moving.
All of us walk around with stories about our lives. Why choices were made, why things went wrong. Stories are the way we make sense of our lives. But what happens when the stories we tell are misleading or incomplete or just wrong? Well, instead of providing clarity, these stories keep us stuck. The way we narrate our lives shapes what they become. We talk so much in our culture about getting to know ourselves, but part of getting to know yourself is to unknow yourself, to let go of the one version of the story you've been telling yourself so that you can live your life and not the story that you've been telling yourself about your life. What would happen if you looked at your story and wrote it from another person's point of view? What would you see now from this wider perspective?
Just keep on going down that path of alignment, that path of truth, that path of love and authenticity and gratitude. Keep going down that path, you know, because that's the path where you will find yourself.
Once you understand that you can control the future of your life, it gives you the single most powerful emotion that you can feel: hope. And most people live in a state of quiet desperation. They can't pay their bills, they don't feel healthy, they wake up and they're anxious. So why are these things taking place? And if you can address that and understand that you want to feel different, you must believe that that which you want is already yours, and that time-space continuum just has to catch up.
You think you have to become something to become someone. I'm telling you right now, you already were created as someone, a special someone at that. You know the statistics of you being you. But yet, we're sitting here thinking that we have to become something to be great. For a lot of us in here, our next level is not upward. It's going inward.
Nobody is going to save you. Nobody is going to make it easy for you. Nobody can live your life for you, endure your pain for you, choose your struggles for you. Nobody can experience the growth that comes from loss for you. Nobody can build your confidence through 1,000 tiny failures for you. Nobody can lie awake crying about some inconsolable loss that hurts so much it creates a bottomless pit of emptiness for you. Nobody can learn the lessons for you. You get to do that. You have the honor and privilege to suffer and overcome that suffering, only to suffer and overcome again and again and again. This is called being alive.
Don't let yourself slip away. Come back to the moment. Set your intention. And go do what you need to do.
I think we have to clearly define what optimism is. Optimism is the undying belief that the future is bright, but it allows for reality to exist. And I think complacency has no room to exist in blind positivity, or as we're calling it, sort of blind optimism. So for example, we can be in darkness, we can be in difficulty, and we can be in struggle. And the optimist says, look, these are hard times, and I do not know how long we are going to be in these hard times, but what is necessary is for us to come together, work hard, take care of each other, and I am confident that we will get through this and come out of this stronger than we went in. That's what optimism sounds like.
It's hard to believe things that you can't see. It's hard to believe these things. But if you can actually sit there and have a conversation with yourself and believe that all things are possible, then everything is possible. Because like I said, it all starts with the mind, and the mind is the controlling factor of everything. The mind is like the steering wheel of your life. And if you can't take control of your mind, somebody else will control it for you.
Edit your life. What's most important to you? When you do that exercise with yourself, things become clear rather quickly. Say, I want to be the best, so I want to do this, so I want to do that. And if things in your life don't line up with that, you get rid of that. It's not important.
I think that it's always the toughest times in your life that define who you are, much more so than the easiest times or the best times. So failures are typically some of the hardest times of your life. So when I look back and I see all sort of the pivotal moments in my life, it was always the struggle. It was always the failure that motivated me, not the loveliness of success.
One day at a time, you're gonna say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And you do those things. And you wake up the next day and you say, I'm still in this shitty situation. I don't have any confidence. I don't feel good. But I did do what I was supposed to do yesterday. And that's where it starts. It starts this little bitty win that is seemingly insignificant. And then you go around the second day and you say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And you do those things. So you're doing these things day in and day out. And day in and day out. And eventually those things that on the first day were so fucking hard for you are now just part of who you are. And not only are they part of who you are, you feel great about who you're becoming.
Stop thinking too much. Don't go into the past. Don't go into the future. Be in the present, because only then it's possible that the mind is free, capacity is free, and now you completely immerse into whatever you are doing. And this means you have arrived. You have arrived.
You have to align with what's most important to you, what you really believe in, what's meaningful for you. That if you settle for something less than that, while you might have to do it because you have to pay your bills, you can't ever give up pursuing what's going to make you feel most alive. Because ultimately, I really believe probably the most sacred thing in our lives that we can give another human being besides our love is our labor.
But when nobody's watching, what are you doing? And so if success today was your boss, and success was watching you over the last 7 days with the sound off, and there was a video camera following you around it, is success impressed with you? Is success saying, I will see you soon, my friend? Or what if success was watching you, they go, wow, the actions sure don't match up to the words. Because at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is, what we do produces results, not what we say. What we do ultimately dictates the results in our life.
So think about how you feel when somebody breaks that contract, when breaks that commitment to you. Everything's done, handshake, everything's negotiated, all the way it's done, it's over with. And they say they're not gonna do it. You should be more pissed off with breaking a commitment to yourself. And people do it all the time. People do it all the time.
One of the best quotes I've ever heard on this subject is from Rumi. He said, "Yesterday, I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today, I'm wise, so I'm changing myself."
Most people aren't happy, bro. Most people spend a third of their life working at a job they don't like so they can make not enough money, in a relationship that they don't want to be in, doing things that they don't want to do. Most people have an idea of who they want to be, but they're not doing a single thing about it. So if that's not the outcome that you want, why do you do the exact same things that they do? If you want different, then you're gonna have to be different. And being different comes with its own set of consequences. People aren't gonna understand you. You're gonna miss parties. You're not gonna have as much fun according to the world. You're gonna have to say no to yourself a lot of the time. You're either gonna have to face the consequences of being different now or wishing you were different later.
Or between this space here and greatness, There's a lot of work. There's so much space to fill in with work. And we just say, forget, I'll just stay over here in this space.
You know the heaviest weight you'll carry? Is knowing the man that you could be, but not doing the things you know you would need to do to become him. It's a decision at that point.
It's like failure, guys. It's only temporary. Giving up, well, that's permanent. Giving up on your potential, what you can be because you're scared of the outcome, that's permanent. Giving up on the challenge of going for what's safe and comfortable, that's permanent. The belief, once turn your back on, you turn your back on your belief for what you can be. If you do that, say hello to the debate inside your head for the rest of your life that never stops talking to you.
You just have to write down your dream and then write down a list of how do you accomplish that? What do I need to do? What do I need to learn to be able to accomplish those goals? And that's what I do. I don't just sit there and worry about it. I just start doing it. And don't be so worried if you're afraid. It's like, okay, I feel it. It's like, that's fine. Just keep working through it. Really, the fear you feel is the unknown. It's what you don't know. And just kind of recognize that it's okay not to know and work towards a knowingness of things.
Every one of us has self-limiting beliefs. Every one of us believes ourselves to be limited in some way. Every one of us believes ourselves to be limited in intelligence, creativity, money-making ability. I can't sell, I can't speak in front of audiences. We tend to think that we are not capable of being on time, we're not mechanically inclined, and so on and so forth. But exhaustive research demonstrates that talents are pretty evenly spread throughout the population. That most of the limitations we have do not exist in reality, they exist only in your own mind. And one of the starting points of great achievement is to start questioning those self-limiting beliefs and throw them off and act as if they did not exist.
It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful. I tell people this all the time. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in the world, he took 946 game-winning shots. 946 times since he was in high school, the ball has been in his hand to take the game-winning shot with no time on the clock. He has only made 146 of those. You know what they write about? When you make it. They write about when you make it.
Work like they're trying to take it from you, because they are. If you're not working like someone is trying to take everything you've worked for, someone eventually will. They don't care that you're tired. They don't care how you feel. They don't care about your excuses. They don't care about your emotions. Complacency kills.
You quit. Why is that, sir?
Well, you know, I gave it everything I had. But there's always gonna be someone better out there. Everyone has limits, and in the end, I ran straight into mine. Maybe you can't relate, but you'll get it when you're older.
No, I won't. I never give up, sir. I'll die before I get it.
So what would you say the biggest deception was? What was the biggest lie you were told?
It's not that simple.
Why not?
No, that's the biggest lie I was ever told. It's not that simple. And it's a lie they tell you over and over again.
What's not simple?
Any bit. All of it. It's how they get you to give up. They say it's not that simple anymore.
So what's the truth?
That it is. That if you just do the thing that they tell you you can't, then it's done. And you realize it is that simple.
What are you afraid of, Eric?
I'm not afraid of it.
from becoming what we all know you're capable of being.
What I'm capable of, what I'm capable of. You know something, Mr. Feeney, I'm always hearing that. What I'm capable of. I took the SATs last year, remember? I blew them. You know, maybe I'm just not meant to be in college.
Maybe you're someone who gives up too easily. What would it be, Mr. Matthews? Who are you?
You're always afraid to take the first step because all you see is every negative thing 10 miles down the road.
But you can do anything you want. You are bound by nothing. What are you passionate about?
Another moment of life. Our lives, what we create, are made from the decisions we make on a moment-to-moment basis. Champions are never woken up and born into success. They're created, they're mature, they're struggled and weathered through that effort of hard work and dedication and sacrifice to achieve that championship status. It's these moments, these decisions we make on a daily basis. Do we get up early and go for a run? Do we hit the snooze button? Do we go that extra rec in the gym and our body's dying? Do we push past that? All these little things are the inches that add up to be the measure a difference between first place and forever forgotten, second place. Huge margins. But if you look about your day and all these little moments of life, all these little opportunities are in your wheelhouse. You create them. And later in life, when you're crying because you came up short, stop being so selfish. Look back on your day, examine it, put it under a microscope, and have responsibility for your actions. Those inches you need to be number one then, which is now in the past, are around us every single day. It's not a bad break, it's not the ref making a bad call. It's that you get up that day and do those little tiny things, the little details, the little nuggets of life. That's what adds up to be the difference.
If you have a dream, if you have a goal in life that you want to accomplish, I can tell you, hard work, dedication, determination, but always have that dream and continue to have that vision, because when you continue to propel forward, you will see accomplishments. Take small steps, and sooner or later, they will continue to grow and grow and grow into bigger accomplishments. Believe in yourself, stay strong, stay focused. No matter what, the bad times don't last forever. If someone tells you you can't, you prove to them that you can. If someone fires you from a job, you say, you know what? When one door closes, another door opens. Always believe in yourself. Don't try to be like anyone else. Live your dreams, live your thoughts, and live your ideas to the fullest. And always believe that no matter what happens in your life, it's for a greater purpose.
Rise, young warrior. You must get up. Your journey is not over.
I can't fight him. He has all my weapons. I have nothing.
When you began your journey, you were determined. Nothing could stop you. And now that you are so close, are you willing to give up so easily?
It was easier at the beginning.
Beginnings are often easier, but think of all that you have accomplished along your journey.
What's the point of fighting my way up the mountain when someone else is just going to come up the easy way?
There is always going to be someone who does things the easy way. But that should not stop you from doing things the right way. It is your journey, young warrior. Only you decide when it ends.
I just don't think I can do this. I'm never going to find a home.
You know, sometimes your mind plays tricks on you. It can tell you you're no good, that it's all hopeless. But I've discovered this. You are loved and important, and you bring to this world things that no one else can. So hold on.
The best things in life are obvious. They don't need a plan, perfect timing, or anyone's approval. They come from a feeling you can't ignore. You don't have to overthink it or force it. The work feels weightless, the risk feels small, and the hours you spend disappear. That's how you know it's yours. It doesn't fight you, it finds you. So lean into that thing, because that's where the magic is.